Hey everybody, drawing or sketching is something I think we all love from a very young age, whether we know it, how to draw or to sketch or not. That's not important. But when we are trying to learn that how to draw, how to sketch in the right technical way, or let me not use the word technical, but let's say in the right way, we have to be very careful on few things, especially the very first thing, which is how we hold a pencil while we are drawing or sketching. Now, most of the time, I have seen while I'm teaching or I'm mentoring or I'm guiding is the way the pencil is held at the time of making a sketch. Now, it doesn't matter how you hold a pencil while you are writing, but it does matter how you're holding a pencil or a pen while you're sketching or shading or drawing. Now, you must be wondering that how does this make a difference? But let me tell you, it does make a difference because I have seen it when I learned how to hold the pencil correctly at the time of sketching and drawing. And that made a great difference in my own artwork. And as I moved ahead, I parted that knowledge and shared that information with my learners of all the ages that we mentor in Creative Minds. And yes, we have seen difference in their artworks also. So I thought, why not today share this information with you all, with my viewers. And the most interesting part, I will not be teaching you in detail. It will be taught by one of our intermediate level learner. Her name is Aarika Varma and she's from Bangalore. And when I shared this information with their batch, it was very interesting that how she showed it to her elder sister and how she explained it to her, which was very interesting to see. So let's not take much more time and let me take you all to that particular video where she shared and she explained it to her sibling that how to hold the pencil or a pen in the right way. So before we get into that, I thought let me just give you a brief about it. Now, I spoke about that how a pencil has to be held, how a pencil has to be, how much pressure needs to be applied and all that. But do we know why it is important? Now, see, most of us have their own way of holding the pencil while we are writing. Whether it's a pencil or a pen, I will be using the word pencil more because it's more to do with sketching and shading and all. So many of us hold pencil in this way. Some hold pencil this way. I have also seen people holding pencil in this way and they're pretty comfortable in writing. Now, also when it comes to left hand, I've seen people holding it this way, holding it this way, or holding it this way. Now, whether you're a lefty or a right-handed person, it does not matter. Trust me, it does not matter. What matters is while you are making your artwork and you begin with it, that's when how you're holding it. So what we end up doing is we hold the pencil while sketching in the same way as we do it while we are writing, which creates a certain amount of pressure on our fingers and the pencil hold becomes pretty tight, which creates a certain amount of pressure on the paper. You would often see that when kids are writing, there's also print on the next paper. Now, we use the term dent, D-E-N-T. So a dent is created, which then makes your other paper and the papers after that like a self-print. Now, when it comes to drawing and painting and sketching, if there's a dent on papers following on which you're doing your artwork, what happens is it makes difficult to get the next artwork the way it should be done. So in order to avoid that, the best way is you need to apply the correct pressure on your pencil as well as on your paper. Okay, so as I was saying, that we generally end up holding like this while writing, and you will see a certain amount of gap between your thumb and your index finger. Now, in order to avoid this gap, sometimes we go like this, and then that creates a curve in this place, and it does decrease the gap over here. But you know what is happening? You are applying too much pressure, and then you will also see a dent in your index finger and the thumb, and you end up getting pain in your index finger or in your thumb or even in your finger, because your finger is getting pressed like this, and this creates a very dark lines and dark drawing, which when you're trying to erase is not getting erased properly, and then you end up either wasting pages or you end up getting self-printed papers. So most of the time we write like this, but while sketching or drawing, the index finger should move further. So if you notice the difference over here, while writing it's like this. I would request if you can notice on this particular angle of my index finger, but while sketching I generally hold it like this. So now you see it becomes a very gentle slope. And in doing that, now when I was holding the pencil like this, they were side by side in the same level. Now my thumb, my index finger is moving forward, and not only it's moving ahead or forward, from this side it's coming a little bit this side. So instead of here, I am inclining it towards this side, reducing the gap over here, and getting a very gentle hold on my pencil. So this gentle hold is what will help you move your wrist in a very free and resting way. This is something which is very easy to achieve and to do it. Now, again, see when you're holding it like this, okay, when you're holding like this, when you move your finger, you will notice a little tight effect. As you can see, there's a slight vibration in my hand, right? But when I'm holding here, it becomes a loose and gentle hold, and it goes like this. Even when you're working with it, you can just move your finger here, like this, in whichever way. So it becomes very free. But when you're doing, when you're holding like this, get stuck here, that's it. Because you're restricting the movement of the pencil. You're restricting the movement of your wrist, which is a strict no-no. Because if the movement of the wrist gets restricted, then the freehand drawing is no more a freehand drawing. It becomes a restricted freehand drawing. And when we say that we love to do freehand drawing, especially in visual art, your wrist needs to be free. For that, the hold of the pencil really matters. So now I will not bore you much with my explanation. Let's go to the part where Aarika, one of the young learners of intermediate level of Creative Minds, is explaining it to her elder sister Anaga, and how she shows it even on her notebook, that when you're doing this, what happens and everything. I hope you will like it, and let's take it over to Aarika now.
When you hold a pencil normally, while you draw, it gives some restrictions to the hand, and when it will become dark sometimes. And then so you should hold your thumb and your index like this, but then your index should be a bit further than your thumb and a bit near towards the thumb, like this. No, a bit this. Yeah. So when you don't have any restriction, you can move your hand freely, and it won't become as dark and won't leave a dent on the other page. So like the disadvantage is of like holding the pencil normally while drawing is that like it will leave a dent, and when you want a dark line, when you make a dark line, it will leave a dent on the other page and ruin the other drawing. But then when you draw it like this, it will come light and won't leave a dent on the other page and won't ruin your drawing. So like you won't have restrictions, you can move your hand freely, and like that's the advantages of holding your hand like this. That's why you should hold your pencil like this while drawing.